It's Friday, and that means it's time for Friday Follies. For that, we turn to Fox News contributor Raymond Arroyo. All right, Raymond, with Colbert canceled, an undisputed king of late night offered some advice.
To me, I like to think that people come to a comedy show to kind of get away from the things, you know, the pressures of life, wherever it might be. And I love political humor, don't get me wrong, but it's just what happens was people wind up cozying too much to one side or the other. I mean, I like to bring people into the big picture. I don't understand why you would alienate one particular group, you know, or just don't do it at all.
He's so right, Charlie. I mean, but you heard what he said. He wants to bring people into the big picture. People don't want to go to sleep at the end of a long day and hear another political screed and more division. They want to laugh. A far less funny late-night host, John Oliver, was asked about those comments by Jay Leno. He said the following: I'm going to take a hard pass and taking advice, comic advice from Jay Leno. Comedy can't be for everyone. It's inherently subjective. So, yeah, when you do stand up, some people want to reach a broader audience, which is completely legitimate. Others decide not to, which is equally legitimate. Well, guess what? That idea is illegitimate. Why would anyone want to broadcast, you know, in a narrow way? Broadcast is for everybody. It's not about ideology. At least Oliver's being honest, though, I guess. His late night show, by the way, Charlie, gets about 310,000 viewers weekly. During his last year at The Tonight Show, Jay Leno was pulling down about 3.6 million viewers. So maybe John Oliver should take talk show advice from the last guy who was successful at this thing.
You'd think maybe that might be something they would do. But it is really remarkable when you look at the success of Greg Gutfeld. You know, the way he has been so successful is by skewering everyone equally.
Well, look, when you watch John Oliver, it's like a report on American politics courtesy of the Labor Party. I mean, it feels like a Soros newsletter or something. His show is called Last Week Tonight. Whatever last week was, tonight is partisanship from beginning to end. It's a nightmare. And Charlie, I interviewed Secretary of State Marco Rubio the other day. And in addition to talking about cartels and peace plans, he sounded off on the late night drama. Howard Stern looks like he's losing his show. Stephen Colbert has lost his show. What's happening culturally, and how is this president a part of it?
I don't know if it's just culturally. I think ultimately these are businesses, and the landscape, the media landscape, the way people are getting news, information, and entertainment is rapidly changing across the board. The bottom line is that Colbert and Stern, I don't know the details of it, are being fired because they don't have, their audiences don't like what they're offering, and they don't have a long-term future.
Boy, Charlie, did he nail it? I mean, these are corporations, and they're finally responding to the audience that is supporting them. Whether it's Disney making peace now with that Gina Carose, that they made that deal with her after bumping her off of the Mandalorian show. Right. You've got Howard Stern going down. That's just the beginning of this. And what I think we're seeing in corporate America is a shift to the middle, to normalcy. It's not going far right. It's just going to where it should have been all along. And wasn't.
And of course, even the financial decisions are a response to the fact that viewers are not watching. That's the financial decision, is that everybody, all their the people that they want to sell ads to are bailing on all of it. So Raymond,
there's always that.
Yeah, there is always that. Raymond, if there's anyone out there who's hit her expiration date, it's Nancy Pelosi. She held a presser in San Francisco yesterday, and this is how she responded to the need for sex change operations for kids.
That is something that I'm working for at the national level, and we have, how can I say, are hoping that we can have gender affirming care for our trans kids, and that it's a sad thing for us. I'm not totally. I don't know what.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, Charlie, this is not normal. I mean, we have to protect. Look, adults can do whatever they want with their bodies, but children, we have to protect children as a society. I know she's talking about gender-affirming care. She needs elder memory care at this point. The woman can't put a sentence together. God bless her, but maybe it's time for, you know, she to follow Stern and Colbert and the rest of her confreres.
Yeah, I would rather talk about things like peace in the Middle East than nonsense like this.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.